Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Tonight's article comes from ukcsc.co.uk. It's the United Kingdom Cannabis Social Clubs. And the headline is Earth Power. Hemp batteries better than lithium and graphene. It's published on September 17th, 2019. It was written by Barnaby D. Hote. Henry Ford's Model T was famously made partly from hemp bioplastic and powered by hemp biofuel. Now, with battery-powered vehicles starting to replace those that use combustion engines, it has been found that hemp batteries perform 8 times better than lithium-ion. Is there anything that this criminally underused plant can't do? The comparison has only been proven on a very small scale. You weren't expecting a Silicon Valley conglomerate to do something genuinely groundbreaking, were you? They mainly just commercialize stuff that's been invented, or at least funded, by the state. But the results are extremely promising. The experiment was conducted by Robert Murray Smith, who has built up quite a following on his YouTube channel, of FWG Ltd in Kent. He observed a volts by amps curve of both the hemp and lithium batteries, and found that the power underneath the hemp cell was a value of 31, while that of the lithium cell had a value of just 4. Although he does not claim to have proven anything, he said that the results of his experiment showed that the performance of the hemp cell is significantly better than the lithium cell. It comes as no real surprise, which is presumably why he conducted the experiment. In 2014, scientists in the U.S. found that waste fibers, SHIV, from hemp crops can be transformed into ultra-fast supercapacitors that are better than graphene. Graphene is a synthetic carbon material lighter than foil, yet bulletproof, but it is prohibitively expensive to make. The hemp version isn't just better, it costs 1/1000th of the price. The scientists cooked leftover bast fiber, the inner bark of the plant that usually ends up in landfill, into carbon nanosheets in a process called hydrothermal synthesis. People ask me why hemp. I say why not, said Dr. David Midland of Clarkson University, New York, in an interview with BBC. We're making graphene-like materials for 1/1000th of the price, and we're doing it with waste. Dr. Midland's team recycled the fibers into supercapacitors, energy storage devices which are transforming the way electronics are powered. While conventional batteries store large reservoirs of energy and drip feed it slowly, supercapacitors can rapidly discharge their entire load. This makes them ideal in machines that require sharp bursts of power. In electric cars, for example, supercapacitors are used for regenerative braking. Releasing this torrent requires electrodes with high surface area, one of graphene's many phenomenal properties. Midland says that you can really do interesting things with bio-waste. With banana peels, for example, you can turn them into a dense block of carbon. We call it pseudogranite, and that's great for sodium-ion batteries. But if you look at hemp fiber, its structure is the opposite. It makes sheets with high surface area, and that's very conducive to supercapacitors. Once the bark has been cooked, you dissolve the lignin and the semicellulose, and it leaves these carbon nanosheets, a pseudographene structure. By fabricating these sheets into electrodes and adding an ionic liquid, such as electrolyte, his team made supercapacitors, which operate at a broad range of temperatures and a high energy density. Midland's peer-reviewed journal paper ranks the device on par with, or better than, commercial graphene-based devices. They work down to 0 Celsius and display some of the best power energy combinations reported in the literature for any carbon, he adds. For example, at a very high power density of 20 kilowatts per kilowatt per kilo, and temperatures of 20, 60, and 100 Celsius, the energy densities are 19, 34, and 40 watts per hour per kilo, respectively, fully assembled. Their energy density is 12 watts per hour per kilo, which can be achieved at a charge time less than 6 seconds. At the end of 2018, Texas-based electric motorcycle company Alternet announced that it was working with Midland to power motorbikes for its Revolt electric motorbike subsidiary. There you have it. If we already knew that there is no need to use the fossil fuels that are destroying the planet's climate because hemp biofuel provides a better alternative, we now know that there is no need to destroy the environment by mining for lithium and the materials that are used in batteries. We can literally grow technology. Hemp can save and power the world. This article was first published in the Quarter Leaf issue 1. And that is the end of this article. Now, this is a very interesting article to me because although I'm not a user of cannabis, I am a huge proponent of using the hemp plant for just a massive amount of different things. I mean, it's such an amazing and useful plant. On the cannabis side of it, you have great medicinal properties, and you have the THC, which gets people high. So that's a win-win if you're into that kind of thing. But the hemp, supposedly hemp doesn't have THC, but it still does, but just not a whole lot. But hemp can be used to make rope and clothing and just all kinds of amazing uses. And now we find that they can literally make batteries out of the stalks of it, which normally get wasted anyway. And that's another point of this that I really, really love is I'm the kind of guy that likes zero waste if possible. I'm a hunter, okay? So when I go out and I hunt something, I want to use every part of that animal I can possibly use. I don't want any of it to go to waste. And here we have that same thing happening with the hemp plant, where they have found a way to use this waste product of the hemp plant, the part of the plant that normally just gets thrown away. And they're using it to create nanosheets for these batteries. Basically, supercapacitors is the way they describe it in the article. That's brilliant. I mean, that is absolutely awesome. The fact that you can take something that is a waste product and turn it into part of a battery that's capable of powering a vehicle. That's just so awesome to me. So you got the fact that you're using it and not wasting anything, which is great. And then another amazing part of this is hemp can be grown a lot. Okay, first of all, hemp grows pretty much everywhere. It's super easy to grow. It's very hard to screw it up. And you can get multiple harvests per year. On some of these varieties of plants, you're getting 3, maybe even 4 harvests a year, depending on where you are. So that can create a lot of hemp to be used for all the different purposes, but in this case, to be used to power these batteries, which is spectacular. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this article. Whether you are pro-marijuana or anti-marijuana, doesn't really matter, because hemp is the same plant basically, but it doesn't get you high. So it is what it is. But let me know what you think about using hemp to create these batteries. I mean, these supercapacitors in these batteries. That's pretty awesome. As always, it's up to you to decide what you think. Let me know, and I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.